Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Braddock. And today we've got some exciting news that for once is not food related.
Yes. Well, there's a little bit of food news, but we're not going through an entire menu again. But you know Disney, it won't be very long before they are... Actually, when you think about it, they're constantly releasing food news. And I think people like Disney food, so maybe not too bad. But this week in the news, our lead story, pretty cool. I want to get your thoughts on it, is the Capture Your Moment feature being now extended across all four parks.
I heard about this.
At Walt Disney World.
This was very exciting to me. So what happens is you actually get a 20-minute private photo session, which was very popular because they originally had it at Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom when it was originally launched. And now they are also extending to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So for 20 minutes, you can get your picture taken and all of your family with a private PhotoPass photographer pretty much anywhere you want within the 20 minutes.
Well, not anywhere you want. So let's go through each park. There are specific locations in each park. So let's start with Epcot. First of all, this starts on February 24th.
Yes, finally something that will be there when we are.
So, yeah, they're joining in the fun. And, you know, you can use it for things like, a surprise proposal. We just talked about that for Valentine's.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool to catch that on film. Or if it's your first visit or a graduation, anniversary, you just want sort of a family portrait, whatever. Those are the sorts of things you can do. Now, I do have one thing to say before. Maybe you can run through where you can do it at Epcot. But the one thing is, you cannot wear wedding attire.
Oh, yeah.
So that is specifically laid out on their website. You can't make this your wedding photo shoot because, of course, they want you to do that through Disney Fairy Tale Weddings and pay a lot more. And, hopefully you'll get better photographers with better equipment for that anyway.
Do wearing the bride and groom ears count as wedding attire, Disney?
I don't know. It's a good question. But if you show up in a wedding gown, you're not going to get it done.
What if I'm wearing a white mini skirt and a fancy white top?
I'm sure they'll run through this when you book it. So where can you do this at Epcot?
At Epcot, you can take your photos in the Germany Pavilion, the Italy Pavilion, the American Adventure, Japan, or Morocco.
So it is only allowed in World Showcase at Epcot.
Yes. I mean, where else would you want to take the pictures?
Yeah,
though?
Well, some people might want it around Spaceship Earth or something.
But then that would clash with your white wedding dress.
It would clash. Unless you do it at night in the colors, but all with the new colored Spaceship Earth. But I guess they figured out their sight lines and things like that. And you could fake this as your European vacation if you want.
Yeah.
Take your pictures there.
I'm not past that.
Just don't wear any Disney gear. So that's where you can do it at Epcot. Now, over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, this starts a little bit later at
March 21st, literally right after March break.
The day after we leave.
Honestly, Disney, what are you doing to me?
So they have some pretty cool locations there. Where can you do it at Disney's Hollywood Studios?
Start with the spooky ambiance of the Hollywood Tower Hotel, or a more playful setting with Gertie, Echo Lake's resident dinosaur.
Yes. Now, Gertie, Echo Lake, if you don't know, is right behind Min and Bill's Dockside Diner, which we love because they have great, big, huge hot dogs.
Other options include the Chinese Theater facade area, or now Minnie's and Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Mickey and Minnie's. Mickey goes first.
I said Mickey.
You said Minnie and Mickey's Runaway
that's
Railway.
Because Minnie
just because you
superior.
love Minnie.
That's because Minnie is
Don't
superior.
try to rename the attraction here on the show.
Or the colorful neon signs and Art Deco architecture of Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard if you want to capture that old-time Hollywood retro vibe.
See, here they're letting you do it on the street. So I guess it's like any PhotoPass where they have, they keep people away.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they would let you do it in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom, I assume. Otherwise, why is it worth buying?
Yeah, so personally, if I were going to do this, and I don't think we are, but if I were going to do this, I wouldn't want to do one of those street ones because that's sort of more like a glorified PhotoPass because those are the ones already on the street anyway. It's just you'll get 20 minutes. They're 20-minute sessions. So
Can I get a private street picture? Because I would pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah, you can have... Okay, let's run through the details.
With not a single other person, just me, my family, and the sunset on Sunset Boulevard, I would pay for that.
No, I don't think you can do that.
Okay,
and if you can,
Disney...
If you can, it won't be part of this. So how much does this cost?
So currently it costs $79. I don't know why that specifically. And it can include up to 8 people in your party.
Okay, so it's $79, and yeah, like you said, up to 8 people. Now, you can also book 2 of them back to back if you wanted to do 2 locations in the park. But you can't do 2 locations for your $79.
Wait a minute, why not?
It's only a 20-minute session, right? So it really is a glorified PhotoPass.
But I can't run around going to all the different pavilions within my 20 minutes.
You can, but your PhotoPass photographer is not lugging their camera gear, running. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if you were on Hollywood Boulevard and you want to do Tower of Terror. But anyway, that's the rule, my friends. You can book 2 back to back, but you cannot do 2 shots for $79, 2 different locations. I will put a link to, all the detailed information on the Disney World site. You can book online or you can phone. Definitely, you can't just walk into the park and get this. Yeah. You can't just walk up to the PhotoPass photographer and say, I want to do one of these Capture Your Moment sessions.
Unless it's July 2020 and there's nobody else there.
Yeah, so you do not get your photos for free unless you have purchased PhotoPass, Memory Maker, or Memory Maker One Day.
So you have to pay for the session and then again for the photos?
Yeah, so this is really better like an add-on. Like we get PhotoPass or Memory Maker, sorry. It's called Memory Maker. It's really weird where they have PhotoPass as a service, but then Memory Maker is the package where you get all the photos for a price. But so if you're an annual pass holder and you get Memory Maker, or you've bought Memory Maker, which I do think is actually good value now. I've really come to appreciate it over the years, even if you don't get tons of pictures with it. It's just really expands your pictures, and everyone can be in the picture, including me, the photographer.
Yeah, and you can just go, hey, a PhotoPass photographer, I like this location. Yeah, let's snap a shot.
Yeah, so usually you can get in with not too many lines. They have quite a few of them now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you don't purchase Memory Maker, you'll have to pay sort of a la carte for your photos. So really, honestly, for me, if you're going to do this, just buy Memory Maker. It's only $120 or whatever it is. It's not, or less even. I can't remember. They changed the price a lot, but it's not expensive considered your entire Disney vacation. Another $200 in total. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you'll get some nice photos, hopefully, out of this.
I mean, would they include like an annual pass discount if you got like the top pass or anything, or
Well, some of those passes do come with Memory Maker. Like we used to get Platinum Plus before COVID. And we always had Memory Maker. So when we start buying again, I always like to buy the ones with everything. That's just me because, we don't want blackout dates. Anyway, where would you want to go for all these new places? What would be your top pick?
I would still probably say Cinderella Castle, but of the new...
still go with the Magic Kingdom one, the originals?
I still would.
But in these 2 parks?
I would personally like a Hollywood or a Sunset Boulevard.
So you'd go with, it's a tough pick. Yeah. I think Hollywood could be cool because the garden area there has some pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they manage lines or where they would do the Hollywood Studios, but we'll see as after February 24th as people start doing it and posting it.
Or maybe a Sunset Boulevard.
And I'm sure if you ask, they will tell you.
Yeah, or maybe a Germany pavilion.
Yeah, you'd want to be by the caramel.
What?
I like the World Showcase stuff because I think there's more areas to get away from people.
That's true.
All right, so that's Capture Your Moment, now available at all 4 theme parks. So if you want to go a little bit above and beyond a regular PhotoPass and take a few minutes, to actually be able to plan out your photo and get the right lighting and the right positioning and all that stuff, it's probably worth it for another $79.
Yes. And of course, what would a Disney episode be without some more food?
So let's hop across to Disneyland Resort now.
Yes, Disneyland's California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is beginning March 4th. And
we've talked about this in past episodes.
And this one will last through April 26th, so it's a bit shorter than a usual food and wine festival, but it is Disneyland, so they do not have year-round.
Yeah, so if we're not going through all the food today, they will have a foodie guide, I'm sure. But so far, here's what they've released. They're talking about how California communities and regions will be highlighted in the festival. So a little bit different kind of spin than Disney World does on their food and wine. Disney World's is more global, although they do have some Florida stuff. But because of World Showcase, it's more global. So Disneyland's is sort of a California theme, which I think is nice. Of course, they have marketplaces with bite-sized food samples. But they also have some tasting areas.
Yes.
Ooh, and there's one at Avengers Campus.
I know. I'm very excited for the PIM Tasting Lab and the Terrain Treats at Avengers Campus. I really want to eat those. I don't even know what they are.
Special menu items. Well, those are the names of the places.
Yes. So, always looking for a
And of course, They will have, if you want to eat a lot, get the Sip and Savor Pass. Gives you 8 coupons, so cuts the price down a little bit.
Yes, but it is only for non-alcoholic beverages.
Yes, so if you want to drink your way around the festival,
you will be paying extra. This is Disney. Come on, guys.
Paying extra. So in Hollywood Backlot, Hollywoodland, they will have also entertainment and presentations for all ages, so that's always good.
The all-new animated series Alice's Wonderland Bakery, which has recently made its debut on Disney Junior, is the inspiration behind a limited-time festival experience for junior chefs at the Hollywood Backlot stage.
Ooh, they have an Alice's Wonderland Bakery unbirthday party.
Of course.
And you love those. Kids age 3 to 11 can go to this. You do not qualify anymore, but you went to quite a few unbirthday parties, mostly at Disney's Vero Beach Resort. But they're lots of fun.
Yeah. And then one time there was a kid whose actual birthday it was.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know,
your birthday on your unbirthday.
I know, and the counselors were all just like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
And it looks like they were doing some of the sort of same things you did. Hands-on cupcake decorating.
Yes, that was always fun because then you got to eat said cupcake.
Yeah, you get to eat well, you want to eat if it's an unbirthday or a birthday. But remember, you must sign up. Now, this is interesting. So space is limited, but you can't book way in advance. So looks like they're going to create some line issues or something. Participant sign up is
45 minutes before each showtime.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how they do that logistically.
How did they decide that?
I don't really love when they do things that way. But
what was the conversation? So it should be like a couple hours?
On the other hand, if you have kids, I guess you can sort of decide if they're in the right mood to do it or if you're in the mood to want to get rid of them for a little bit of time.
But then you have to go to the park early, sign up. You don't have time to run to a ride
unless it's like... You can't even go to early and sign up because it's only 45 minutes before the show.
I know.
So you basically have to hang around right when you sign up.
Exactly.
It's sort of weird.
I was saying, you sign up. You don't have time to do another ride unless it's like the most boring low-weight ride in all of the park, and then you have to run back for your kid to do the unbirthday party. But...
And for the older folks, we're not necessarily older folks, for the non-little kids who want to take part in some culinary demonstrations, those will be at the Hollywood Backlot. I always like watching those. They have a diverse lineup of Disney and visiting chefs, and they prepare their dishes and share their insider tips so that you can make your meals at home.
Yes.
And if you are one who likes to try out Disney recipes, that would definitely be something you want to do.
Yes, signature events will be offered for an additional...
Of course, what would it be without a signature event?
And an additional fee, including the...
Carthay Circle winemaking receptions.
Yes, you should be very proud. I do not know how to pronounce those wine words.
You have eaten at Carthay Circle. It is sort of an upscale restaurant in California Adventure, and also they have special wine, beer, and mixology seminars at Sonoma Terrace. So all of this, we'll put links in our podcast blog post and our show notes.
Yes.
But Disneyland.com/food and wine, full details.
Yes. And of course, watch out for Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival merchandise.
Merchandise on the way, yes.
Well, the Food and Wine Festival merchandise, I have a bit of it. It's quite nice.
I have a couple of photos of what they'll be selling, so I'll post those this week. Also, Downtown Disney and the hotels of Disneyland Resort will also be taking part, so they're going to have a few little things in their restaurants for a limited time, so some little special things. And then possibly the best thing of all.
Yes, Soarin' Over California will return to Disney's California Adventure Park for a limited time during said Food and Wine Festival, and this also starts on March 4th.
Now, which do you like better, Soarin' Around the World or Soarin' Over California?
Oh, I don't know. I think Soaring Over California is kind of different because I haven't done it as much, so I'm not like as familiar with it, so it's more of an adventure for me. I just know Soaring Around the World.
I like it because the golf ball comes right at you, but you know why I really like Soaring Over California better?
Why?
Because there's less of that warped vertical structure thing that I really hate that you've heard me say it before. I don't like Soaring Around the World as much because the Eiffel Tower and Taj Mahal and other things are all warped unless you're dead center of the screen.
That's fair, which I have never been.
I wish they would fix the sort of technology of the show because it really detracts from it. But in the original Soaring Over California, there's less scenes that are shot like that, so you don't notice the distortion as much.
Yeah.
Like a crooked Eiffel Tower pretty much stands out.
Yeah, it's really weird to look at because you have like the water thing and then suddenly it's just a crooked Eiffel Tower. It looks
Yeah.
like someone took their metal structure and just kind of
Yeah,
bent.
it takes away from that ride for me. So I really love Soarin' Over California. It is the original. So
I do kind of miss
It's
it.
good they're bringing it back for the show. You get that orange grove smell, right? The pine forest, what everybody loves.
For Disney, it's just trying to make me book vacations all year round, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
I don't have this much money, Disney. Like, seriously.
All right, everyone. So that is the news for this week. There's other sideline news. The trams are coming back and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
So
see, that's important.
if you missed the trams in the parking lot, they're on their way back.
I do. I hate walking.
Yeah, we usually try to get close enough. It's only when we're renting cars that we have to be at the mercy of the trams. Those are usually in our summer holidays.
You know, just having to walk through that parking lot is not fun.
Yeah. So trams are back too, and other Disney news. All right, everyone, that is our rapid fire 15 minutes of Disney magic this week. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you again next week. Follow along at 1923 Main Street and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.